Good morning, guys. Good morning to the plant babies too. I gotta turn on all the lights in here. So we've got lots of plant projects to do, and I've got to clean this room too because I've been putting plants back down in here and just kind of moving them around, adjusting them with the light. And I realized certain plants are gonna need to shift now that seasons are changing and the sun's getting lower in the horizon. So turn on all the spider farmer lights. I've got one over up here. Look at these cute little anthurium hybrids. I got these on Etsy. I'm filming a video on these, so I've already started filming that. So these are crystallinum dorayaki hybrid. They are so cute. I'll be doing a video on those as they grow. So I like to do updates on the plants. I did do the unboxing of them, but I'll do updates before I actually post that video for you guys. So my typical morning routine is up at 5 a.m. I usually work out, drink a bunch of water, and then I come in here, turn on the plant room lights and everything once it starts getting light out. And then I sit down, do my makeup real quick, and begin my day. So I normally like to check out the plants a little bit in the morning too, and just, you know, kind of look at and make sure everyone's doing okay. Check anyone over and make sure everyone is happy. If anyone needs to be watered, I'll usually take them out to the sink too that morning, and then I begin my work day. Or I get to film with you guys. So one or the other. I'm either doing website work, which I've been doing a lot of lately, or I get to turn on my camera and start filming and vlogging with you guys. Oh, and I've got to wash the bed sheets too this morning, and I've got towels in the dryer I got to take out. So my bed is a mess this morning. I did not make it because I knew it was going to get washed. So American Linen Blossoms had sent us these sheets a while back, like almost a year ago now, and I figured I would do an update on them. They are awesome, by the way. I love them, and they're super cozy. They're my favorite for when it starts getting cooler because they do have a little more texture to them. They're like a kind of a thicker cotton, and they have just a little bit more coziness. But I just felt like they really deserved another shout out because we've had them for a year now and they have held up beautifully, and I would definitely recommend them. If you guys are looking for some really nice sheets, they're definitely worth it. I loved the quality straight away, and a year later still they're awesome. And I always wash these sheets on cold, medium, and normal. Okay, towels are dry. I'm gonna get these out. Okay, I'm in my plant room closet right now. I'm just grabbing some more tree fern. This is New Zealand tree fern. I ordered this on Amazon, and I'm trying out a new soilless mix that I'm specifically mixing for epiphytes. And I've got my orchid bark. I've got that in 2 sizes here: horticultural charcoal, pumice, the 3/8 inch, and then worm castings also. And is that, oh wait, I also have cocoa chunks too, like the cocoa chips and fiber. So that's going to be kind of my ingredients for making up this new soilless epiphyte mix. But tree fern is going to be like the new product that I'm trying out because I really wanted to test out this for anthuriums. So I'm doing this new mix specifically for anthuriums. But this is like really, it's like little twigs, like really fine twigs. Or actually, you know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like dried roots, dried plant roots. Anyway, so that is my new project that I'm working on, is making a new epiphyte mix for some of my more sensitive plant babies. But at least you get an idea of my ingredients, and I'll play around with the ratios of how much of each. And okay, so let me mix that up and I'll show you what it's gonna look like. Okay, this is my new mix. It's specifically for epiphytes, and I'm gonna see how it works. I'll let you guys know. But it has all the ingredients that I just mentioned, and it's got 2 sizes of the orchid bark, the pumice, 3/8 inch pumice, horticultural charcoal, worm castings, the cocoa husk chips and fiber, and the tree fern. If I had to guess, I think the epiphytic plants are really gonna like this mix, like especially that New Zealand tree fern. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out to the other desk where I'm gonna be working, and we'll start potting up some plants. So I had to stop and chop some cashews, and some of you guys will know why. Look over there, do you see a tail hanging off a little forepaw? Yes, that is the squirrel. The agouti is her name. And how's the baby doing? Do you like the cashews? Do you need me to chop some more? What do you think? Yep. So for any of you guys who haven't seen her yet, this is the agouti. So she stops by for lunch every day, and she is just a sweet little baby. You want some more? You want some more? Okay, hold on. And she's very well behaved too. When she needs to go out, oh, see, she lays down on the cool tile floor to cool her belly off. I think it's probably gonna be about 90 something out there today, so it's nice for her to come in and take a little break. I know you want more, don't you? You want more? Okay. Okay. Hang on. You want some more? Oh, she's trying to get me to go to the kitchen. Okay, okay, hold on. She's just so sweet. Yes, you are. You want some more? You want more? Okay, hold on. You're doing your little spin. Here you go. You want another one? What do you think? You ready for some walnuts now? Okay, hold on. I know, you're so cute. Okay, we've got more cashews for her. Where'd she go? Oh, there you are. Come on, over here. Come on, go to your little poof. Sweet baby. Here you go. Yeah, you look so good. Your coat's all nice and full and fresh. Yep. How'd you get so pretty? Huh? You got those beautiful dark eyes and you got your dark brown eyeliner on. I know. You're just irresistible. Yep. You're just a sweet baby. Oh, that's okay. That was my phone. Oh, she's very on with like any sounds. She has really good hearing. She's on the windowsill. I know that cactus is not supposed to be up there. I was meaning to put that outside. You want some walnuts? Do you want some help getting down? It's not every day you have a squirrel on your windowsill. Here, let's open the door now. There you go. Have fun, be safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow. So after she eats, she always has this routine where she goes and sits out there with the cactus. She just stands there. I think she's listening for any, I don't know, any predators or competition. I'm not sure. I refilled her water too this morning. So she's got fresh water right there. And there she is drinking water. And sometimes I'll just put oats out. What are you doing? Oh, because I'm talking, you think I'm trying to feed you again, huh? You want some more? What do you want now? You want back in? Okay, okay. Hold on. Now see, she's just cheeking all those, so she's putting them in her cheek, storing them for later. Now she's gonna finish some of the oats, so I'll put oats out sometimes for the baby. Oh, every time I talk, you think I'm feeding you again. Oh, goodness. Whew, okay. So that is the agouti. You guys asked me for my last vlog video when I first showed her if I would share her again. So she stops by several times a week. It's like not every single day, but probably about 5 times a week she stops by for lunch. So whenever she comes by, normally I will feed her. If I have cashews, I always try to have cashews at least on hand. But yeah, if we have other snacks for her, she's always like, she loves testing out different stuff. Let me see if I can move this down a little bit so you guys can see more. If I move it down, you guys will be able to see a little bit more of the plant. All right, let's see here. I did find another pot outside and I just washed it out with soap and water. I think I might actually try this one. It's just a little bit larger, but it's a little heavier too, so it'll help support the taller pole, I think. We don't want to hurt the leaves, so I'm gonna have to just pull these out of the pot gently with the pole. Oops, okay. There we go. All right, now let's try to put it in here. So I'm gonna get a little more soil in here and then I will pull out the bamboo stakes that are still in there supporting the plants, and I'll get those attached to the pole better. I know I've got a leaf right here. Oops, sorry, pardon me. We gotta lift you up a little bit higher because you're Okay, let's get a little bit more in the back here. So I'm just using my Velcro and I'm just attaching the plants to the stake just about midway up. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm going to unattach the plants because those are still attached with Velcro to each of the bamboo stakes. So now I'm just gonna undo those. We'll just pull that straight out. There we go. Those bamboo stakes have been very handy. So I'm watering with rainwater and I just reuse my distilled water jugs, and I just get these at Walmart, and I use the distilled water for my humidifier, and I just save the jugs, and I use these for storing the rainwater so it stays fresh, and I'm able to use it for the plants, and the plants love the heck out of it. I'm not a fan of plastic, but I use it when I have to, and I try to reuse it if I can, or recycle it whenever possible. So I'm just gonna wrap around that moss, and I basically just wrap it around the pole. So it's just like a little hammock attached to the pole. So for air layering, I just take that handful of moss, wrap it around a node, and I just tie it off around the pole. So when I need to water the moss, I just poke my nozzle in right through the top and give it a little bit of water in there. Sometimes they still dry out, because I don't keep up on it as well as I should, but it seems to have worked. They put out roots at both spots where I did the moss. So I'll just leave that on there and let the roots keep growing in there. Maybe one day eventually I'll cut this plant and make some propagations from it, but right now I'm just gonna leave it alone, let it keep growing. Okay, I'm just taking a quick lunch break. I'm starving right now, so I'm making a burrito bowl, and this is like my version of fast food at home. It's like super quick and easy to make. So I've got a layer of pinto beans, and then I do a layer of jackfruit on top. And jackfruit, it's like the young jackfruit, so it tears apart really easy. So it's almost like shreds, and you can flavor it really easy however you want. You could marinate it if you want. It really soaks up any flavor. So this is pretty plain right now. It just has lime juice and sea salt, and it's almost like carnitas, the way that it kind of shreds apart. And then I add my avocado, and I layer on one whole avocado. I eat like one whole avocado every day. It's my favorite. And then I'm gonna top it off with a salsa, and I like to do like huge heaping spoonfuls. I really like salsas, so I really load up on it, and I really like this kind. You could do fresh pico de gallo at home if you want. I don't have the ingredients right now to do that, but I just use this Emerald Valley organic salsa. I get that at Natural Grocers. And then I've got fresh cashew cream that I just made, and I just whip up cashews in the blender in the Vitamix. So cashews with some lemon juice, just a splash of lemon juice, and a little bit of sea salt, or Celtic sea salt is really good. Let's see, do I add any? Oh, and water. Yeah, just enough water to blend. And if it starts like sputtering or anything, because like if you're just making a small batch, it can kind of be tricky in the blender, but just add a little extra of your liquid and it'll blend up smooth. I made this batch a little bit thicker than normal, but it's super good. I'm gonna use that spoon too. And then I top it off with a pile of cilantro. And there it is, my super quick and easy layered burrito bowl. That's my version of homemade fast food, and I gotta get a bigger bowl. That is so good. Okay, I'm gonna sit down and take a quick break, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, there's the PVC pipe. I'm making some moss poles, and I think I'm gonna grab this tall one here. This is gonna be for our next project, which is over here. Yes, that plant right there, the Monstera lechleriana, or lechleriana, something like that. So I'm gonna be doing a giant moss pole. And I'm just gonna have to lay this out in the living room. I'm looking for my cocoa husk, and so I'm just gonna grab a hank of them here. So I buy this stuff by the foot, and I already have these pre-cut. So when I have a really long moss pole, what I'll do is just use 2 of them, and it's gonna go in the living room here. I just got to get it repotted because it's in this little pot right now, and it is, well, I suspect it's outgrown this little pot in here. I just have it temporarily sat in this basket, but it's still in its original nursery pot. So the moss pole it has right now, it's really leaning. It's like barely held together in the middle there. That's what it came with. And the moss is actually 2 tones, so it's like brown on the bottom and then like this bright green on top. So you can see it's barely hanging on. It has these little pins holding these 2 pieces together, but it's getting really top heavy. So I've got to take that apart before it decides to fall apart. This is definitely the longest cocoa husk totem totem I've ever had to make for a plant, but I wanted to make sure that it had plenty of room to keep growing. So just to give you an idea of what it looks like, I just have my strips that I cut out and literally just take my twine and wrap it around. So I just kind of fold it over like a little burrito and wrap my cord down. And this piece of cocoa husk is a little bit long, so I'm gonna cut it probably right about here. And I'll just finish lacing it down to about there. Because I always leave the PVC pipe bare. That's the part that's gonna be in the soil. So I'm just gonna keep wrapping it and I'll be done in just a minute. This has all kinds of new leaves trying to come out too, and I hate to disturb it. However, it must be done. Okay, this could be a mess. This is probably gonna be a mess. Okay, so we do have some roots. Shoot, those roots look like they're drying out. They're like crispy critters. Okay, well, I've had it in our front room here. This has not been in the plant room because I've been watching it. It had some mealybugs on it. Did I tell you guys that already? And so I had to blast off the mealybugs, and then I've just been keeping an eye on it. So when I got this, I was like, this thing is gonna stay out here in quarantine for a while before I was not gonna let it in the plant room because there's just so much going on with it, you know, these foreign moss poles, which who knows what could be hiding in there, and then the soil from the nursery. Do we want to get it off the moss pole first, or do we want to get it out of the pot first? I think we'll do the moss pole first and just get rid of that. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna lay this down gently. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Okay, let's. Okay. Well, now that I've experienced that, let's try the opposite way. I didn't like that way too much. Let's get the vines off of the moss pole then. Ooh, that's got some nice aerial roots. Hold on. Come on now. Come on, it's for your own good. Okay, we're gonna lay you down there. Just hang tight. How did they attach that? Okay. I guess they wrapped it with thread too, and it's like holding on to the thread. Oh my gosh, this is such a mess. I don't know what was happening down here at the base. There's a ton of thread wrapped around, so I'm not sure if they use thread to wrap like the aerial roots at the very base, but everything was so like snarled and tied up and everything. So I've been cutting everything free, but yeah, this is like, and I still can't get it out. It's like somehow still stuck down in there. I can see the base here. It has like these big long nails or something going into the soil, so I'm working on it. We're trying to get it worked free here. What the heck? I've never in my life encountered a moss pole setup like this. This is the most bizarre thing. Okay, what? Seriously now. Okay, you have to experience this once in your life. All right. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm sorry, I just can't stop laughing. This is just too ridiculous. I'm gonna have to get in the soil and see what the heck is going on in here, because something is up in this pot and I gotta see. Okay, oh, for goodness sakes. This is, I thought it was going to go a little smoother than this. I thought, well, this is just a little, little 10-inch pot. It won't be nothing. Just pull that moss pole right out. I thought the hardest thing would be just untouching one root, but clearly I was wrong. They don't have it hooked to something on the bottom of the pot, do they? No. No? Okay, seriously. I would like to get this done before Michael gets home, because holy mother of roots. Okay, so we got that going on. We've got a whole lot of roots in the bottom of that. So that was pretty root bound. Okay, that's it. We're gonna, what? Okay, this is getting grosser by the moment. Oh, good grief. Whose idea was this anyway? Oh, for goodness sakes, we got it. Now, what exactly was happening there? It's like, oh, there's plastic inside, plastic and metal. Did everybody make it? Everyone looks okay. I don't think we broke any branches or anything, or vines. So at least we got that. I mean, the roots at the bottom look healthy. It's just really root bound. You guys want to see the roots? There we go. Look, we got nice white healthy root tips. Everyone looks good there. I loosened up the roots a little bit, but I don't want to really disturb the root ball too much, so we're just gonna switch it into this pot. Actually, I'm gonna use the wall over here because the stake needs to lean on something. I'm gonna bring you over here into its new home. I'm thinking that pot might be too small. I thought it was gonna be big enough, but that root system is crazy. Hang on, let me figure this out a minute. Okay, well, we've got all kinds of debris going on over there, and we have made the air purifier very angry about the whole situation. Poor thing. It's yellow right now, but if I sweep and stuff, it really gets mad about that and it turns red. I'm listening to Rachel from Heart Shaped Leaves right now, and we are working on potting up the monstera, but we are using a different pot, so we had to switch some things up. And I'm just filling in around the sides, and as soon as that's done, I will be back. I think we are ready to get this staked up now. Oh, here, let's go and grab this other one. So I just have one piece of Velcro, and I'll just get this started. So, and I can always like tighten it up, but just to hold them up to begin with, I'll just use one piece kind of near the top here. Let's see, we'll grab this one. This is the one that was really stuck to the other moss pole, these two down here. So we've got some aerial roots there. So I'm gonna attach that one. Oops, we've got caught in there. I might put this by the grow light for now until it starts getting taller, and then when it grows and gets a little taller on the pole, then I can always move it to these windows, because like the 6 foot is the size of our windows, and then we have the grow light back here too. So it could really go either place. Hey guys, it's the next morning, and here's the monstera lechleriana we just potted up, and at the very top here, the vines, those were kind of curled over yesterday, but now look at this one. It's already like pushed itself right up next to the stake, like growing straight up now, which is awesome, because yesterday it was like bent, you know, like curled down, kind of like that one, but these are all starting to straighten up now, even this one. So I've got this light over here. This is the Soltec Solutions bulb. It's a grow bulb in my IKEA floor lamp. So that is the light that I have on it. So I just have my little mister bottle here with some distilled water in it. I'm gonna try my best to keep the pole misted. That way the aerial roots can be encouraged. I should get a second one of these, because normally I keep this one in my plant room because I use it all the time in there, but maybe I should get another one and have it out here, maybe, because Michael actually likes misting too. He thinks it's fun. So I'm thinking if I just keep a mister out here, Michael will probably end up grabbing it and just like naturally wanting to mist this for me. And I don't know if you guys are interested in like seeing Amazon pics for plants, like plant supplies and stuff. I can always share like my favorite things that I order on Amazon if you guys want to see that. What is that on the leaf? Okay, it's just soil. I'm paranoid, paranoid of any pests. And I always like to check the plants out. You know, just spend some time with them, looking at them, checking the leaves, looking for anything that might be crawling. Especially like, spider mites. I'm always looking for spider mites, you know, because those things, if I spot one, I will go to war with those things. And I am going to do a separate video on pests, or at least spider mites to start with, because those are the ones I have the most experience with going to war with. But, oh, and mealybugs. Yeah, spider mites and mealybugs are like the main ones that I've had. Oh, and gnats too. So spider mites, mealybugs, and gnats. Those are like the main pests I've dealt with. So at the top here, I'm just checking for mealybugs because I know they're like the new growth. Like, it's a good idea to hold the leaf out with the light behind it, and you can see them on there, like even the babies. And I mean, they're really easy to kill. Like, you can just like rub them with your finger and kill them. Like, they're very soft-bodied little animals, you know. I'm gonna be actually treating it with systemic granules too from Bonide. That is like my secret weapon for mealybugs and thrips and anything like that. The only thing it doesn't work on are spider mites. So I just take a scoop, and I guess you could be wearing gloves, although I'm not actually touching it, it's just in the scoop. And I just sprinkle, oh, sorry, you guys can't see. So I just sprinkle it over the soil. And normally, I only have to do this once to a plant. Okay, since that's a larger pot, I'm gonna do one more scoop. I'm just gonna turn it. So we'll just spread that out, and then I'll water it in. And I'll tell you what, guys, pests hate these granules. Like, they do not want anything to do with a plant that has been treated with this stuff. So that's pretty much a one and done, unless the plant pest gets reintroduced into your collection somehow, like by a new plant coming in, or, you know, if they get under your clothes somehow, if you're outside working in the garden and mealybugs jump on your sweater or something and you bring it inside. Pretty much that Bonide is a one and done treatment. Like when I had fungus gnats, like I had a bad infestation a couple years ago, that's when I first discovered that stuff, and I used it, and holy cow, it wiped those suckers out in one round. I just used a little in each pot, and those things disappeared and never came back, like in 2 years' time, until I got one fungus gnat reintroduced into my collection from a plant that I ordered on Etsy, and it was in the soil, and it got away in the house. I was kicking myself because I was like, shoot, I should have opened that box outside the house. But yeah, that systemic works super well for mealybugs, thrips, fungus gnats, a lot of different pests except spider mites, so just keep that in mind. Okay, just got a package and I want to share what is in here with you guys. So I've got some pots in here that I ordered from Amazon, and these are the Repot Me pots. It's a set of 8 that's in 4 different sizes, and these are clear pots, or they're translucent pots, so they're not like crystal clear, but they're translucent enough where you can see through them pretty well. But they're slotted, so they have vents all around the side and all across the bottom there, so they get a lot of airflow. They're originally made for orchids, but I wanted to use them for my anthuriums. I have some anthuriums coming in from import, and hopefully they'll be here within like a week or 2, I'm hoping, but I can't wait to share them with you guys. I'll do an unboxing when they arrive and we'll see how they are. But I've really been getting more into anthuriums. They're pretty much like, well, I'd say my favorite plant genus, right next to philodendrons. Like, those are my top 2. I just love them so much. I have these pallitiflorum. I think that's how you say it. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. But they grow really long. They're kind of like a semi-velvety leaf. Those are newer too. I have them rehabbing in water, and I think those are probably going to be the first ones I end up putting in these pots, like maybe that size. And I do plan on putting them inside a decorative pot or something where hopefully it'll prevent any algae from growing in there, because I know, you know, with clear pots that can be a thing. But yeah, if they go into another pot, then it should be fine. And at first I wasn't sure what size to get, but I'm really happy that I just got the set to start with. So if you're looking to start out with these, I would definitely go for the set. These are all going to be really usable sizes. Even this little one, this little size will be like, what is that, like 3 inches, I'd say. Even that'll be good for like my little baby seedlings up here. Like these are so cute, these little anthurium seedlings. I already showed you guys these earlier, but they already look like they're growing. I think that little leaf is already growing pretty quickly. Yeah, so that is going to be like perfect for a little seedling size. And some of the changes that I'm making in the plant room are just in regards to the windows and that lighting that comes in. So during fall and winter, when the sun drops lower in the horizon, we get a lot more direct sunlight coming in the windows. So we have a southeast and a southwest light window. So we get a lot of westerly light coming in this window here, and it really cooks in the afternoon. Even though it's like winter, you know, it really comes in and that light is pretty intense for the plant. So I did have this glass window, no, I had this glass table below the window, and so I had to move that here because I wanted to take more advantage of the Spider Farmer light. The Spider Farmer 2000 lights are my favorite, and the plants' favorite too. Like, they love those, they're dimmable, they're awesome, and the plants grow so well. I mean, look at this. this thing. This Anthurium crystallinum loves this light. Anytime I try to move it from here, it's just not as happy. So I'm gonna try to have my pendant Anthuriums back here, and hopefully that will work. I mean, I'm hoping they can just like hang off the shelves and that the light won't be too intense. I have it on the lowest setting right now. So I've got like monsteras back here. They don't like a lot of light. And also this one got really mad because it was too windy for it in here. I had it like too close to a fan. Oh, that thing it was not having that. So with fall and winter coming and the sun dropping lower in the horizon, we get a lot more direct light coming through the windows. And so I have to shift some things around to be able to protect the plants from that direct sunlight coming in. And we do have blinds, so I do adjust those, but it's not just that, because even with the blinds, I normally will turn them upwards so the plants don't get hit with the direct sunlight. The heat, the intensity of the heat on the windows cooks the plants, like it cooks the tips of the leaves. So I had to just pull them away from the windows. And I've got succulents over on this side, like on my windowsill. I'm probably gonna have to move those too, because even those can be sensitive to getting too much heat, and it can really cook the poor little plants. So we're just shifting some things around. Oh, and over here, I did clean this area. So like down here, I had a bunch of extra pots, like a bunch of extra terracotta pots and saucers down there. I cleaned all that out, so I have those organized outside, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, there wasn't so much stuff on the floor, because it makes it harder to clean, right? So I just wanted to make sure that the space was easy to clean, so I can sweep really easily, I can mop really easily, and it's just less time, you know, and effort when you do have to clean. And when you have your plants and you're trying to protect them from pests, you have to clean and wipe down surfaces pretty regularly. So this area right here, I have my grow light turned off right now, so I won't blind you guys, but I wanted to make that a little bit larger. I wanted to expand my desk outward, so I just shifted that out. And that's the glass desk that I moved into the corner that was originally just below this window here. But I'm planning on making that more kind of like my Anthurium corner. Well, once I actually have it in Anthuriums, I actually only have a few of them right now, like the crystallinum, the clarinervium, the palletiflorum up there, these little strappy ones. Those are just little baby seedlings there. Oh, and I've got my little seedling Dorayaki crystallinum hybrids there. But yeah, I'm gonna turn that into more of my Anthurium corner under that light. I still have my little propagation set up down there. Oh, one more change was my humidifier was over there on that table. And now I'm gonna have that up where my Anthuriums are growing. So that is right in there, my Elacombs humidifier. And by the way, I will be doing a humidifier video, all the pros and cons of all the different models that I've tried. This one, I can tell you right now, is my favorite. Elacombs, this is their biggest one, I think, the largest capacity. That thing is awesome. And I love the settings of it and how it works and you know, how it functions overall. That's definitely my number one. And then I moved my copper fountain up here on my desk. That was on the glass desk that was in front of the window before. It's just so relaxing in here, and also it serves as an extra humidity source for the plants. Let's look at this new leaf unfurling on the Palmanii. I love them when they unfurl, like a brand new leaf. They're all kind of like pink and really pretty. You got a little bit of a tear there. What happened, sir? Did you have some trouble getting out? Well, we got the humidifier over here next to you, so hopefully that helps you out a little more. So temperature-wise and humidity, it's 84 degrees in here and 61% humidity. I forgot one more thing. I normally have this fan on, so I'm gonna turn their fan back on. So I just turn it on the lowest setting and I tilt it upwards to the ceiling so it's not blowing directly on the plants, or at least I try not to have it blowing directly on plants. And there's the Burl Marks Fantasy in its new pot. I think it's gonna be very happy in that mix. And also make sure you keep these watered because they have a tendency to snap their leaves. Like if they go dry and they have a new leaf coming, the stem will just snap and it'll just be like, okay, see ya, we're not doing that leaf, but it will put out a new leaf. So that's what's happening up here. Darn, that's the second time that happened too. I was trying so hard to keep it watered, but it'll be easier in a bigger pot because I had it in too small of a pot. It was just drying out way too fast. But I do love these plants, the Burl Marks Fantasies. Gorgeous, gorgeous leaves, and they are getting bigger. Like look at the size of that leaf. Lovely. Last time I updated you guys on the brandy, it put out this leaf, and we finally figured that out because then it started giving me like better leaves. Like look at the size of that one now. So I think we got that one worked out. Okay guys, it's the next day. It's Friday morning right now as I'm filming this. I just realized when I was editing this video that I didn't have a proper ending, so I just want to say goodbye. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. We have family coming in. Michael's mom's coming in from California later this afternoon, so I gotta stop my plant chores, prep for that, make sure everything's clean and ready, and I will be back next week with another video. And I love you guys. Have an awesome week and take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.